Imagine a scenario where Greenland, the world's largest island, becomes part of the United States. How would this reshape the geopolitical landscape? What would it mean for Greenland's people, the US, and the broader global community? In this video, we'll try to explore the historical context, cultural considerations, economic and political ramifications, environmental concerns, and public opinion surrounding such a monumental transaction. If you enjoy exploring fascinating alternate history scenarios, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content. The US interest in Greenland is not new. Proposals to acquire Greenland date back to the 19th century, with notable attempts in 1867, 1910, and 1946. Each reflected Greenland's strategic importance. During the Cold War, the establishment of the Thule Air Base solidified Greenland's role in American defense strategy. Its Arctic location made it a key point for military and economic leverage. In 2019, President Donald Trump's public interest in purchasing Greenland reignited global discussions. Trump called Greenland strategically important for its geographic position and rich natural resources, such as rare earth elements essential for technology. While the proposal was met with skepticism and humor, it highlighted Greenland's value on the world stage. Greenland is home to the Inuit, an indigenous people with a cultural heritage spanning thousands of years. Their way of life is deeply connected to the environment. Traditionally, Inuit men hunted while women prepared food and crafted tools. Their society values extended family structures, flexible gender roles, and community cohesion. However, colonization and assimilation policies have disrupted Inuit culture. Efforts to integrate them into dominant societies have led to significant social challenges, including high rates of alcoholism and youth suicides. For the Inuit, land is sacred, not merely a resource to exploit. Protecting their rights and traditions must be a priority in any negotiations involving Greenland's future. Greenland's indigenous population demands recognition of their land rights and autonomy. Any U.S. acquisition would need to ensure meaningful consultation with Inuit communities to address their concerns and aspirations. Ensuring that the Inuit have a say in governance structures, resource management, and cultural preservation would be key to fostering trust and cooperation. The potential acquisition of Greenland by the U.S. could have far-reaching economic implications. For Greenland, it might bring job creation and reduce reliance on Danish subsidies. The exploitation of natural resources, combined with infrastructure projects, could provide thousands of jobs and make Greenland more self-sufficient. Greenland's resources include rare earth elements, oil, and gas reserves. These hold immense value for the U.S., particularly in reducing reliance on foreign suppliers like China. Mining activities could generate between $16 billion and $20 billion in tax revenues for the U.S., alongside strategic economic advantages. However, there are challenges. Transitioning Greenland to U.S. governance would require addressing socioeconomic issues, such as unemployment and dependence on Danish financial aid. Ethical concerns about resource exploitation must be balanced with environmental preservation to avoid long-term ecological damage. Internationally, Greenland's resources could disrupt China's dominance in rare earth elements. This shift might reshape global trade and supply chains, reducing China's influence. On the flip side, such changes could trigger economic tensions with Europe and other global powers. The introduction of U.S. businesses could boost Greenland's economy, but would also require careful integration with local industries. Investments in renewable energy, tourism, and sustainable practices could pave the way for economic diversification. The political ramifications of the U.S. acquiring Greenland are significant, intertwining local aspirations for autonomy with global geopolitics. Many Greenlanders favor independence from Denmark, citing historical grievances like human rights abuses, including forced sterilizations and the removal of Greenlandic children to Denmark. These experiences fueled the desire for self-determination. Some Greenlandic leaders might see U.S. interest as a lever to expedite their independence movement. The Greenland Self-Government Act of 2009 provides a framework for greater autonomy, but achieving full independence requires negotiation with Denmark. On the global stage, Greenland's strategic location is critical amid growing Arctic tensions. Russia and China have increased their presence in the region, vying for influence and resources. For the U.S., acquiring Greenland could counterbalance these powers, strengthening its position in the Arctic. Balancing Greenland's autonomy with U.S. strategic interests would require careful diplomacy. Collaboration among Denmark, Greenland, and international stakeholders would be crucial to ensuring stability and respecting indigenous rights. Furthermore, international alliances like NATO might play a role in determining Greenland's strategic future. Greenland's environmental significance cannot be overstated. Its ice sheet, covering 1.7 million square kilometers, holds about 7% of the world's freshwater reserves. However, the island is experiencing rapid ice melt due to climate change, contributing to rising sea levels and disrupting ecosystems. For the Inuit, the environment is not just a resource but a lifeline. The retreating ice opens up opportunities for resource extraction, but it also threatens traditional hunting and fishing practices. The contamination from potential mining activities could devastate local wildlife and food sources. Short-term economic gains from exploiting Greenland's resources must be weighed against the long-term environmental impact. Effective governance is needed to align economic development with sustainable practices. Greenland's current policies, such as banning uranium mining and promoting renewable energy, reflect a commitment to environmental preservation that should guide future initiatives. Collaboration with international environmental organizations could help ensure that Greenland remains a global symbol of Arctic conservation. Public reactions to the idea of the U.S. purchasing Greenland have been mixed. In 2019, many dismissed the proposal as unconventional, with some Russian commentators labeling it provocative. Historically, however, American territorial acquisitions like Alaska faced similar skepticism before proving beneficial. In Greenland, public sentiment about independence influences opinions on U.S. interest. Polls show fluctuating support for autonomy, often tied to concerns about living standards. Some Greenlanders may view U.S. interest as a pathway to independence, while others might worry about cultural and environmental consequences. In the U.S., reactions range from curiosity to indifference, with strategic and economic arguments often overshadowing cultural and ethical considerations. Addressing these diverse perspectives would be critical in any future negotiations. Engaging with global media, academic institutions, and policymakers could also shape public discourse on the matter. The legal framework for acquiring Greenland would likely draw from historical precedents like the Louisiana Purchase and the Alaska Purchase. These cases illustrate how territorial acquisitions can face initial opposition but ultimately benefit the acquiring nation. However, Greenland's status as an autonomous territory complicates matters. The Greenland Self-Government Act grants it control over many domestic affairs, but foreign and defense policies remain under Danish jurisdiction. Any sale would require approval from both Greenland's government and Denmark. International law also plays a role. The UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples emphasizes the importance of free, prior, and informed consent for developments affecting indigenous lands. Ensuring compliance with these principles would be vital to maintaining Greenland's cultural and territorial integrity. Additionally, constitutional debates within the U.S. would focus on how Greenland's governance would align with federal systems. Questions around representation, taxation, and legal frameworks would need careful planning. The idea of the U.S. purchasing Greenland is a complex and multifaceted scenario with far-reaching implications. It touches on historical precedents, cultural dynamics, economic opportunities, political strategies, environmental challenges, and legal considerations. While the potential benefits are significant, they must be balanced against ethical and environmental concerns. Ultimately, any decision about Greenland's future must prioritize the voices of its indigenous population and respect their rights and aspirations. Only through thoughtful and inclusive dialogue can such a monumental change be approached responsibly. The future of Greenland, whether as part of the U.S. or as an independent nation, remains a topic of profound significance. What do you think? Should Greenland become part of the United States, or should it continue its path toward independence? Let us know in the comments below.